Okay, here we
Excellent.
go.
Yay, hallelujah. Okay, first of all, welcome to our wonderful consulting session. And I want to see how I can best support you today in terms of, what would be most ideal to work on for you.
You're a publicist and I need your help to get this out publicly.
Okay. And by the way, I'm a publicity strategist. I just always like to make that correction because publicists are slightly different and got it. And I will definitely help you. So tell me about that.
Well, tell you about what I'm about or what you're
Yeah.
about.
Well, no, in terms of when you say I want to get this out, okay?
Oh,
So what are we looking at here? And by the way, just a little correction for you. If you can come center screen, that would be ideal. Just to be aware of that.
how's that?
Perfect. Especially because when you're doing interviews and stuff, always better.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay. Okay. Gallery. Okay, there we go.
Good.
Okay. Um, I wanted to educate people that I use the blood type diet to get healthy.
Mm,
And I know my 80-year-old friend did not believe it worked. But when she read what I do, she lost 115 pounds and
whoa.
cured her diverticulitis. A-
Whoa.
And I have several friends on Facebook pages that uses this system that people don't know about, but I think it's important. And then I discovered something else from Dr. Ben Lynch that I need to share with people too.
Okay. Now, is this the book, the one that's based on the book, you eat for your blood type or whatever it's called? Is that the same one?
Well, it's based on my book, but the recipes in there are gauged to the information that I use to heal my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dentist saw how I healed my gums and he wanted to know how I did it. And then I was in an accident. It was my fault. But I damaged my foot and I had to have two incisions in my foot and align the bones together. And he was amazed how fast I could heal.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, and so they wanted to know too. And what I learned from Dr. Ben Lynch is that we have 7 genes that we need to feed.
Hmm.
But when I started this book, started out that I knew that I needed to keep walking because my grandma couldn't walk and my dad couldn't walk, and I needed to find out why. And it was sciatic pain, and the only way I could cure my sciatic pain was to learn to eat what I needed, not what I thought I needed.
Well, that's really amazing. And then do you, obviously people have to take a certain blood test and to know how to proceed? Like what do people have to do? Because that'll influence, an ease of getting it out there.
Well, they probably know their blood type, but if they don't, they can donate blood or they can get a simple blood test from me.
Good.
It only
And
costs $10 because at the doctor it causes anywhere from $150 and up.
that's amazing, Christy. How do you do that for $10? Really, that's amazing.
Well, because I order from my wholesale agreement with Diadamo.
Wow. Excellent. Okay. And then do you give people a very specific plan? Is that true?
Um, well, let's put it this way. People have watched me eat. People that haven't watched me eat don't quite know what I do. But the friends that have lost weight. And the friends that actually understand what I wrote lost weight.
Mm-hmm.
Other friends have cured their dizziness and cured their stools because they were very nice and soft and they haven't experienced that in years.
Wow.
And I know what helps that because I had to cure my own colon issues myself.
Wow. Okay, so because part of what I think we need to communicate is the ease and probably the cost, the investment. So how much does it cost to work with you?
Well, I have a beginner's friendship course for 1,998 or 197 a month,
Hmm.
and that's where I started. I also created a course for people to go through just to get them started. So
which is great. And so that is personalized attention, and you have all the materials laid out for what they receive. I'm just checking on that.
yes, because if they join my coaching, they get a blood test if they need it to determine their blood type. They get a test where they have to measure themselves and read their fingerprints and determine their genotype. And then they have to figure out from the list of foods they get what works best for them. But as an aging adult, I can pinpoint them to the right direction because of my experiences with my 81-year-old friend, my dentist, and my doctor, and
I
my other
love that.
friends.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Um, Beautiful. Okay, so obviously this is a health story. We have to be careful in the sense that getting out there, a couple things. One is people will say, well, how are you qualified to talk about this?
I
What
have a
would be your
medical
response?
technologist and a microbiologist degree.
That's actually good. Okay, that
Yeah,
solves that.
yeah.
And I want you to a little bit lead with that. Would you call yourself a microbiologist?
Yeah, I guess so. You could call me a microbiologist, but I'm married to a PhD in biochemistry, and he's the one that will never take pills. So this is all about food primarily.
Wow. So I
Yeah.
would like you, I'm purposely asking because I want you to start saying, as a microbiologist, I can help get you healthy, which includes, in many cases, losing weight, healing long-standing acute problems or chronic problems, right? So I want you to address this up front. And then I think we send it toward, I'll call it the, health field, health related magazines, podcasts, like start you there would be really, really good. Have you done any media up to this moment?
Um, I signed up for speakers, to be a speaker with Ben, Bennett, Danella
Burnett. Uh-huh.
Burnett. There we go. I couldn't. And I've signed up with Suzanne Evans, and I've signed up with Jay Souter, and Danella and Jace fought over my story. He thought I should tell my story, and she says why. When I gave a speech in a contest with Danella, she thought I was calling her names. I didn't mean to, but I refined my speech through Steve. Anyway, uh,
Okay. Okay. So what I didn't hear though, it was PR in all of this in terms of where, have you got bought any lists or done anything where you've created an article or any of that?
I created an article in the Medical Outlook magazine, but I haven't gotten anyone really to reach out to me. Um, but they don't know what I know because of my slow gene and my digestive issues, and I was always hungry. I
Mm.
learned how to tame my hunger.
I mean, you really sound like you have an incredible piece to a puzzle that many people suffer with, right? Not only
Mhm.
for health, but for general wellness and weight loss. Now, of course, the biggest thing, and I definitely want you lead it from a media perspective. Okay, forget all that. And by the way, I vote with Jace. I just want to tell you who I love, by the way. And all these people are great, but we still need the PR piece in here. Um, but I do vote. I stand with Jace because I think personal stories, tell a lot. So a couple things. There is a way to get a press release out very fast through one of my colleagues that I'm thinking it's probably worth you just doing this. It's under 1,000. It's fast. He writes it for you, gets it out there, and then super great. You get all the logos. He'll give you all the logos. All that's done for you. And I think that would actually be really helpful for you. So I'm going to put in the chat the person to talk to. Tell her you want the piece where they actually write it for you. Um, And what I love about this is it immediately gets you a press release out, immediately gets you logos and links. I mean, you have your website all set up, everything done that way too?
Oh, I have a website. Yes.
And then people can just go there and book time with you?
I have a separate um, booking time page. I asked him to remove all the headers, and you can't find it from going to the website.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe I should change that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Make it a lot easier, please, to reach you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's important. And this will give you immediate press, which I like because I'm hearing, I got to get this out. And I think this solves that in a fast way. And then the other piece is there's a woman I work with. I'm putting her name in the chat too, Maritza Perez, and she books on podcasts, and you pay her on a per booked basis, not upfront, which is fabulous. Does that sound like something that would be helpful for you?
I don't know. I've been on lots of podcasts. I have some videos from a podcast from Frank Zakari
Okay.
and from Dom Brighton that I don't have really in my um, on my YouTube page, but I noticed he's getting heavier. I just wanted to say that it took some work because I'm almost 70, and it took some work.
Great.